Hello everyone, welcome to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph and it is bloody cold today because, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but UK has had a very windy storm, up to 90-mile-an-hour winds actually, Storm Darragh, and today is the end of it, so it's quite chill at the moment. Now, you've seen by the title, I've had some severe damage and I've actually ruined, well, it is actually ruined both my polytunnels and I'm hiding the damage. Now let me just move to one side and you'll see some of it just over here, and it is also ruined. It's completely decapitated my scarecrow. Oh, there's me as a scarecrow. Oh. I'm just gonna give you a quick walk around, show you the damage of the storm. It's actually damaged some of my windows as well on the house, not to the point where luckily it's put any of them through, but it has scratched some of our lovely new windows we've just fitted. So again, that's possibly an insurance job, but yeah, danger to life. Actually, the warnings were over in the UK in some parts of the country, especially down south. Luckily I'm up in the northwest, so it wasn't as bad as some places got it. I know it's been pretty rough for some people. This for me is not as bad as some people have had it, so like thoughts going out to those people. But as you can see, I'm in a little bit of a turmoil in terms of the trees. Thankfully, trees are all okay. I'll give you a walk around and show you where we've got with those. I've got some of them just huddled up here. Most of them are now in the garage slash, I keep saying it, studio. Until that's done, I'm going to be continuing doing the studio, quote unquote, air marks. So let me get you off the tripod. I'll give you a walk around and show you what's happened and where we're at with it. So it's not going to be a long video today. Okay, I'll start with this little section here. So the trees that were in this section, I'd already huddled most of them together. So as you can see, they are nicely compact on the ground, close together. So the trees didn't go anywhere and they survived. No issues, just here, as you can see. The Christmas trees that I don't think I've shown you on the channel, but I've got a couple of Christmas trees I've been working on, and then I've got a normal Christmas tree that is just a Christmas tree that we use for Christmas, comes in the house, and they are all here doing well, no issues, everything's there. And then my little display section here, but the polytunnel area, as you can see, has completely disappeared. So what happened? Basically, the wind got hold of it. The base stayed in place. As you can see, I've got two giant flags that hold it in place here, and then I've got it all pinned down into the ground, and I've got a couple of bricks as well holding just to secure it all. And the actual polytunnel itself was actually clipped into place securely with actually proper clips and tied, and it was actually taped as well around. So I had tape to keep it nice and taut in all the sections, but as you can see, I had some structural failure in some sections, but the majority of sections that are not in this part, but the green one, if I take you over to the other part of the garden, is actually ended up over here. So some of the sections have actually completely failed. So the plastic bits, because the wind was so strong, they have actually snapped completely down in these parts. Not due to the life of them, but due to how strong the winds were. As I say, 90-mile-an-hour winds will do that to anything really. Doesn't matter how strong they are. When something gets up to 90-mile-an-hour winds, it's going to get to a point where it's going anywhere. I did just throw this massive brick in here just to keep hold of it, and it doesn't go any further. But yeah, it's in a bad way. So there we go, that's where that is. So that's going to end up in the bin. This one over here, again, this was the brand new one, and as I say, this one, brand new one, completely collapsed. Same thing again, 90-mile-an-hour winds, as you can see, snapped them in two. Again, I had it all pinned down with more of the solid blocks. There's another one over there. It was secure, taped down, taped in, keeping it nice and tight. But again, the gusts were so strong, it just completely bent, snapping everything in place. Again, doesn't matter how sturdy you think these are, how reliable you think you can make them. 90 mile an hour winds, completely ripping them apart, and that is the end result of what these do. Anything you think you can do with these, as soon as you get some sort of storm of that severity, they're going to just completely cripple them. I know some people that have got even bigger ones, they've strapped them down with proper ratcheting straps to try and keep them in the ground, keep them secure. I'm hoping that they manage to do that. But again, people in with these sort of polytunnels experience this sort of stuff. And as you can see, I had this one tied down as well. So this was tied to a tree, so it kept it from blowing away. Now, the one sort of saving grace I think I might be able to do with these, at least 2 remaining, is I do have parts, I think, necessarily, yes. So I've got the base of this. All right, it's not in the best shape because it's old, but I think I've got enough parts between the 2 of them, and this case here, I don't have any holes in it. So I think I might be able to at least resurrect parts, butcher them both together, make this one whole again, and for the time being, at least get one, and then shelter some trees in this one here, and just get me through winter until I can finally get a greenhouse over here. I've discussed it with the missus, and she's in agreement. Let's just get it concreted over here as soon as possible, get a greenhouse in, and then just work around the greenhouse and get the garden finished in time. At least the trees are protected, and we're not going to get any of the issues we've had come any more storms in the winter. Because as I say, we've had some slight damage to the house, and that is just more money. We're putting all the money into the house, and it's just like 2 steps forward and a step back, and it's not our fault really. It's just one disaster after another. As I say, trees are doing well. The ones that were left outside are fine. These ones are fine. The ones that were in the polytunnels, luckily this was all just bent over a little bit over this way. They had just come out, and the flags, because they're so heavy, I think they're about 30-40 kilograms each, they did their job by keeping them in the ground, protected them. This had folded on itself, but luckily not much damage. So as you can see over here, let's move, that completely folded on itself over here. And because these ones, this is all still quite tall, it did put the protection of the trees, and I don't really have too much damage to the trees. One just needs slight repot, but let's go into the garage and I'll show you how they're getting on. So let's go inside. As you can see, every one of the trees are inside now, and they are all doing really well. They are everywhere though. No issues with these trees. The only one that I do need to take a look at is the eBay Chinese elm, which was this one. In the last storm we had, it did lose its pot. It fell, smashed its pot, so I had to pot it up in this one. Now it has come out again. As you can see, just over here, it's come out. I need to fill that in. But all the other trees, this one as well. So this is the other Chinese elm that had that really nice Chinese pot. I had to pot it into one of the pots that we made. So them 2 pots we lost in the last storm on the Chinese elms. But other than that, as you can see, all the other trees doing really well. The hibiscus is okay. All the larches, the Chinese elms, privets, all the maples are all fine. Everything's fine. The seeds They got a nice soaking as well in the rain. I've got the larch. Well, we're going to do a bit of an update on this. I'm not convinced that this one is okay by the looks of it as well. I think this might have a bit of dieback on it. But everything else seems to be there or thereabouts. So I'm quite happy with everything. Some of them were on the side, so the bigger ones, there's big Chinese elm that I've got project going on, which is big, and the big maple, which again is all the way up there. But again, as you can see, got it all stored in the garage for the time being. Once everything is sorted out on my day off, so I've got to go work in a bit, but once everything's sorted out, I will take a look at doing the polytunnel, and we will get everything back out there and the rest of the storm passes. I hope the storm has passed completely, but I'm not too sure. The wind keeps picking up every now and again, and that is Storm Darragh. So thank you, Storm Darragh, for ruining my, well, part of my bonsai channel, because all my trees are now unprotected for the winter. So great stuff. Okay, it's getting bloody cold again out here. So a bit of a disheartening video, I'm afraid, but on the back of that, I do want to say thank you very much for everyone who's subscribed as of late. We have just hit the 1,000 mark, so thank you very much. Really appreciate that, and it's exciting times for the channel going forward. As I say, it's a little bit disheartening. It's hard to get excited when you've just you've had a little bit of an incident with a storm and everything's just come literally crashing down on you. But as I say, the 1,000 subs is a nice little achievement, and I'm really excited going forward for that. So thank you very much for everyone for that, and big things coming for the channel. We're going to keep ploughing through it, and as soon as we get this greenhouse, I'm not going to have any of these troubles. It'll be great. Next video, we've got the hawthorn coming on. So the one that we did the wiring on, we set it all out nice. I took one of the guys' advice from YouTube who commented about changing it to the direction. We wired it in nicely, and he said it would look better from the other direction. Took that advice, and we started setting it up that way. So that's coming out this week. So please do stick around and check that one out. It's going to be a good video. Thanks for watching, and yeah, sorry, this is not really good news, but it is what it is, and yeah, we'll see if we can do something with these and at least make one out of them. Mrs. won't be happy about that because she's already distraught that we've had an incident with the windows. She's like, we're not going back with one of them up. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can get one made up, and hopefully she won't be too displeased. I'll try and get it all tied down properly. For the meantime, the trees are staying inside, and yeah, hopefully the weather will chill out a little bit. So thanks for watching, thanks for watching this update, and let's see if we can get some better weather going forward. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.